everyone. So today we are going to talk about some top blogs today, some top news. Yes, guys. So as you're coming in, hit those heart buttons. Okay. Thumbs up the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Okay. All that good stuff. Let me put my glasses on. So these celebrity streets have been a little dry up until a few days ago. Okay. And guys, as I'm talking, you can let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of people are not a Jada fan or whatever, but Jada Pinkett Smith has been doing her rounds. Okay. I also watched an interview. I watched Jada Pinkett Smith on Breakfast Club. So I would suggest you guys do that if you have not already. And I also saw the interview of Will Smith's assistant / friend or ex-friend or whatever. I seen that interview on Tasha K. Okay, so we're going to talk about all of that today. Okay, as you guys come in, say hello. Okay, I see you guys coming in. I see Miss Lisa. I see Miss Kitty. I see Miss Crystal. Okay, we're going to do some exercising too. What you're calling killing two birds with one stone, y'all. Y'all know how it is. When you are a business woman, you got to do a whole bunch of stuff at one time. Okay, I see you guys. Miss Shampoo Queen. We got some hairstylists up in here. What's up? What's up? Okay, this is your girl Jenna, and we're gonna do my hula hooping because I had to get my exercise going, y'all. I took my day of rest, okay, and I am back. Okay, well today, then I take another day of rest, guys. I take about 2-3 days off a week to get my body back in alignment. All right, so if you guys are ready for the tea, go ahead and put the teacups up. Okay, now if I'm saying anything wrong, if y'all have anything else to add to the pot, go ahead and do so. Okay, go ahead and do so. Make sure you are following us on all social media platforms. Okay, make sure you are following us on all social media platforms. Okay, so I'm going to be working out and talking about the tea. Put the teacups up if you're ready for the tea now. Come on now. I can't be starting if y'all don't want to listen. Okay, put the teacups up. I'm here for entertainment, y'all. I'm here to get y'all through y'all day or your night or whenever you are watching this. But I need you guys to let me know, are you ready for the tea? Put those teacups up. Put those teacups up or say ready. Say ready. Okay, Miss Shampoo Queen, look like you the only one that paid for your ticket today. She the only one? Shampoo Queen the only one? Can I get some other people put their teacups up? Oh yeah, I get started when y'all get started. Okay? I need 5 people put those teacups up. Come on, go ahead, hit your emojis. Go ahead. Go on your thing, hit your emojis. Okay. Anyway, y'all. All right. So until y'all put y'all teacups up, okay, I'm not going to get started with the tea. I'm going to get started with this. Now, if you guys want to purchase this, guys, okay, you can actually go to the pinned comment or you can go into the description. I don't know where you guys are watching this or whatever, but you can go in the description, go to my Amazon site and purchase this. Also purchase you one of these things, which is basically to help protect this area. Okay, also if you need a knee brace, go ahead, but my knees are fine. Okay, at first when I started doing this, my knees were not good. Okay, if you guys are ready for the tea, go ahead and put your teacups up. Go ahead and put your teacups up for me. Okay, so let's get started. All right. Do you guys, who's a Jada Pinkett fan in here? Go ahead and put up me. All right, Miss Angie. Okay, good. I see you. Put up me if you're a Jada Pinkett fan. Put up no if you're not a Jada Pinkett fan. Okay? Because I want to see who's in this room. So put up me if you're a fan. Put up no if you're not a fan. Okay? Honey, because I was born at a certain time, I'm actually a Jada Pinkett fan. I am a Jada Pinkett fan. I'm anything Jada and Will Smith. For the most part, I am on their side. I grew up in the 90s. Jada Pinkett was the girl. Jada Pinkett, you know, she got that swag. She's from B-More. I love Jada Pinkett. I thought that she was one of the most, cool cat, if you will. So I am a Jada Pinkett fan, okay? However, those bees are too loud. Well, I'm sorry if they're too loud. I don't mean no harm. But I'm going to do this and the tea at the same time. And if it's too loud, oh well. I don't mean no harm. But oh well. Because your girl got to get her exercise on and make this video. So I'm going to combine the two. If you guys think it's too loud, let me know. Okay? Let me know if this is too loud. Can you still hear me? So yeah, I love Jada Pinkett. Okay? But I don't love what she is doing. Okay? Just like God. God loves us. But that don't mean he loves what we are doing. And I don't love what she's doing. I don't love the fact you can't come in someone's house and give rules. Thank you, Miss Shampoo Queen. Don't be hating because I can talk and hula hoop at the same time. Some people can't do one of those things, and I can do two. To God be the glory. What can you do? What's your talent? You guys, I like to tell people that know their talent so you can stay out of trouble. Because I think Jada Pinkett don't know her talent. You get what I'm saying? I don't think she knows that she is supposed to be an actress. Not a darn blog columnist. Columnist. That's two words, but they don't mean the same thing. Okay? She is not a blog columnist, okay? Columnist, okay? She is Will Smith's wife. So I thought. Nowadays, she's saying they ain't together. Every interview, sis is actually changing her story every 5 minutes. What is that about? You get what I'm saying? What is that about? One thing she said, we not together at all. Then the next time she's saying, we weren't together, but we got together back on Oscar night when he slapped Chris Rock. And just yesterday, she was acting like they still not together. So I'm kind of confused. Pick a narrative and stick to it. Do you guys agree or disagree? I like how you responded because I have seen you be extremely rude. Proof you've grown. Okay, look. How about this, Miss Raynor? Thank you so much for putting my business out there. See, and the thing about it is, look, I'm not rude. I'm just blunt. See, you can say that about me, but I don't know what to say about you because I don't know you. You see how she tried to put shade towards me? Girl, you can't shade me. You can't shade God's child. When it's time for us to grow, we grow. Honey, I've been on here for a long time, and I had to learn. Don't be trying to put me out there and embarrass me. I don't know if y'all saw that comment or not, or whatever, but y'all see it in the replay. But I'm just saying. Don't be putting me out there thinking you embarrassing me. You can't embarrass somebody who hits the live button and goes live. Okay? Everybody got their good and their bad. Everybody got their times where they don't know better. Everybody don't have a filter. As you get older, you learn how to have a filter. And then sometimes that filter don't work. And then you have to ask God to replace your filter. You know? I'm a math person. You cannot mix a positive and a negative and think it's positive. Do you guys agree or disagree? You cannot mix a positive and a negative and call it positive. -5 times -5, of course, is +25. But it's, you know what I mean. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, I think Jada Pinkett, first of all, she wants to sell her book, which I got the book. I got through maybe a few pages and I had to put it down. Then I started reading Will Smith's book. And that one's a little more upbeat because we're more of a Will Smith fan because Will Smith has a bigger, resume, obviously. You know what I mean? And so we're a Will Smith fan. But we don't know Will Smith. You do understand we don't know Will Smith. We don't know Jada Pinkett. We don't know these people at all. So we're making judgments on things that we see, and we're hopeful, right? We're hopeful. We're hoping that those rumors that's going around about Dwayne and Will Smith aren't true. We hopeful, right? We don't want to look at Will Smith like that. What that man said on Tasha K, that was disgusting. Okay? It was just disgusting. No, it is what it is. I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to hear. But we all have heard it. If you 30 and over, you all heard the rumors. You've all heard this before. We are not surprised. We can go back to Tisha Campbell and Lisa Ray because they're in this story too. Because Tisha Campbell was married to Dwayne Martin and Lisa Ray was married to some guy over in Kinko's or whatever. Kinko's. That's what it is. It's kinky. This dang story is kinky. But and her husband and Dwayne Martin, they were kind of, friends. And, years ago, she went on Wendy Williams. You guys could go back to Wendy Williams and see if her video is still up, where she was basically saying that, Dwayne Martin had ruined her marriage because he had introduced her husband to other women or whatever. So she and Dwayne Martin had fallen out. They were co-workers on Will Smith's show, All of Us. So it just seems like, Will Smith, he's been kind of funding Dwayne Martin. It was rumors or some things have been revealed that Will Smith bought Dwayne Martin a club called Zen or whatever. And he also, the house that Tisha Campbell and Dwayne Martin were actually living in was bought by Will Smith. His name is on the house. So that to me sounds a little odd. What do you guys think? I didn't mean any harm. I just see the change. Well, sometimes when you see the change, you don't want to dig back and talk about negative. Don't do that. And I was never rude. I was just blunt. Okay? I don't take any I don't take no shorts, if you will. I don't take no BS, okay? Don't BS me. Don't give me a compliment and a slap at one time. You can't do that. I don't accept that, and you shouldn't either. Either you're going to compliment somebody or you're going to shade somebody. But what you're not going to do is compliment and shade. That make you look bad because it look like you confused. And I'm not confused because I know the difference between shade and a compliment. Okay? I know the difference. Okay, so what do you guys think about what Jada's doing? Okay? Now, she said she didn't mention August Alsina, right? She did not mention August Alsina in the book Worthy. And she said that she didn't do that on the Breakfast Club, guys. She said she didn't mention him because he's been through enough. She didn't want to basically bring that up. Quite frankly, I don't think August Alsina wanted to be in her book. Because anybody you talk about, you got to get their permission. So let's dig back and how I know this, right? So y'all remember the book Corinne Steffens, right? Y'all remember the book that she wrote, which was Diary of a Vixen or Video Vixen or whatever. I read that back in the day. That was a cute book, right? And so they were saying, oh, well, she said all this and this and this and this or whatever. But she had to have permission to mention those people in the book. Just like I feel like this guy who's going around talking about, Will Smith and things like that, I feel like he has to have somebody's permission to even discuss anything with Tasha K or anything like that. So I don't want y'all to think that this man is just mentioning this stuff and this man don't know nothing about it. Of course, he may have not wanted all that to come out, because there's some stuff that I'm not going to even talk about on here that he said. So I would hope that y'all go over to TashaK.com, go ahead and pay that little $12 membership if y'all really want to see it. Even though people are probably putting it on YouTube, which don't do that, because she's saying that she gon' what they call strike you if you put any of her content and stuff. So I know not to do that, so I'm talking about it. But it was some things that man said that none of us heard about. Okay, he even mentioned about the relationship between Mark Anthony and Jada Pinkett. And I'm sure y'all, if y'all 30 and up, y'all, or 35, y'all know about the Mark Anthony and the Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett said yesterday, which was something that I felt was profound, and she does sound profound. Let me get me a few rounds in here while y'all say hello. As y'all guys come in, say hello. Okay, so she said basically, Charlamagne had asked her, he was like, basically, how do you like the fact that people think you have an open relationship? Or basically saying, y'all have an open relationship, you and Will. And she said, no, we don't. To have an open relationship is to say that basically the two partners are together, but they just go off and they have their intimate time with other people, but they also intimate and have a relationship with each other. She said, no, that was not they did not have an open relationship. They were not together, and some things happened. So is that confusion? Do y'all understand what that's about? Because she said they had separated 7 years ago. But now I'm like, are y'all together now? Are you his wife today? I think she just wakes up one day and says that she's his wife, and then sometimes she wakes up and she say she's not his wife. What do you guys think about that? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. But it's just a whole bunch of confusion. Okay? It's a whole bunch of confusion. Now, they also made us go back and we look at Will Smith, right? Everybody loves Will Smith. He is a nice guy, nice looking guy, charismatic, funny. Everything somebody would want in a man, right? Now, if you go back to his darn video, or his movie, which I think was his first movie, do you guys know what his first movie was? Put it in the comments. What was his first movie? Okay? His first movie was 6 Degrees of Separation. Okay? And it was advised to him by, I think, Uncle Phil, which his name was James Avery. Because he got that script when he was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Successful rapper, successful actor at the time, right? And then you take on this role of 6 Degrees of Separation, which was him playing a guy who lived the life, and he had to do things on that show or that movie. If you guys saw it, y'all know what I'm talking about. That right there kind of solidified this, 30 years later? So even when you want to feel like, well, maybe this thing isn't true, but then you think about that movie. You get what I'm saying? And so that's why James Avery probably advised him, no, don't do it. Because a lot of us, like a lot of actors may feel like, oh, if I do this role, it's just a role. I'm an artist. No one's going to think it's really me. I can kind of wipe it clean and there you go. You ever heard of being typecast? Okay? Who's an actor who is typecasted? Meaning they only can play a certain role or they'll always be remembered for that role. One person that comes to mind to me is Lawrence Fishburne. You know, no matter what that man plays, I'm going to always think about him playing Ike because he did so well. He put all his efforts into it. But that's who I feel like, oh my gosh, that's really Ike, you know? And so I don't think he had any other success other than that big. I mean, he had other movies, but that's who I think of. The other guy that's kind of typecast, and I don't even know his name, but the guy that played in the Tyler Perry movie with Kim Elise, I think it was The Diary of a Black Woman, or Mad Black Woman, and, you know, the husband there, you know, he just was terrible, that role. And so whenever I see him on Power or any other thing that he's acting on, I'm going to always think about that character, right? We still mad at that character for the way he did his wife, right? Yeah, it's one of those things. So with Will Smith, it don't matter that, okay, all his other movies, Independence Day, what is it? Men in Black, what's another big role he did? What's another big role? What's some other movies Will Smith? Ali. You guys type it up. You know, it doesn't matter. It's like you always go back to that one. He had another movie called Hitch, right? And he actually had a tiny little situation with the actor in there as well. So it just makes you think, okay, are these rumors true? Do they have any legs? Do they have any flight? And so there you go. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So yeah, with Jada Pinkett now has kind of like pulled back the covers a little bit. She's letting us see a little bit into their home because they've been private for a long time. And I feel like they're doing this because their children are grown. You know, they were one of Hollywood's most famous African-American couples. Two actors together, two good-looking people together. That's not something that you see all the time. And they just wanted to let it all out, right? I think their marriage probably wasn't healthy past maybe 10 years ago. Even though she's admitting 7 years is how long they've been, you know, separated. But I feel like things started to kind of atrophy probably around the time in which she was on Hancock, yeah. Towards the time when she was with, basically doing the show Hawthorne. What year was Hawthorne? That will tell us when that marriage fractured. Okay? Fractured. He has some other movies, Focus, another one called Concussion, you know, and he puts his all into things, but I feel like he just hasn't really been able to take off. I never seen the movie Emancipation. I don't want to see anybody play a slave. I just feel like Will Smith took 500 years back on that one. Like, I don't feel like Will Smith had to play a slave. I don't know why he did that, but I think that's some like inside stuff, if you will. Okay, so that's my take on the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett situation, guys. It's getting messy. I thought it was done. I thought her book tour was done. Her book is out. They say it's on the top New York seller list or whatever. If you guys are reading that book, let me know in the comments how you like the book so far, if you haven't gotten through it. I was listening to it because I had the Audible. And I would suggest people, guys, get the Audible if you can, because sometimes, it has some music to it sometimes. And the people who wrote it, like Jada Pinkett and, of course, Will Smith, they read their own books, okay, meaning they're on the Audible voice, which I think is cool. And so, basically, you can just, get through it faster. So I would suggest that you do the Audible. But I just couldn't get through her book. I'm going to pick it back up. It was a little somber. I don't want to talk. I mean, I already feel like I'm worthy. I don't have those problems where I feel like I'm not worthy. my story is definitely not her story. I didn't go through all of that. I mean, we all go through our struggles, but thank God he kind of covered me where I could kind of separate myself from my struggles. So I really don't struggle with that in Jesus' name. We're going to cover that in Jesus' name. And if you don't go through it, you don't have to say you went through it. You know what I mean? Like if you're not a person who has those type of problems or you feel like you're not worthy, and I feel like people don't feel like they're worthy because, of course, you might have been doing some things in your life that were negative, right? Her story is she's from B-More. She used to be a toting stuff, for gangsters and stuff, if you will. She was a gangster girl. You know what I mean? She did what she had to do to get through her struggle at the time. Her mom was on, an addict or whatever. I mean, that's her story. Then she came to LA, or she went to LA and met Keenan Ivory Wayans, and he basically told her, hey, you can use my agent's name, or you can name drop my name or whatever. And that's how she got into A Different World. And then, of course, after A Different World, she was into Keenan Ivory Wayans' movie, Low Down Dirty Shame, which they say was supposed to be for Jennifer Lopez, because Jennifer Lopez was a fly girl on In Living Color back in the day. Okay, this is just some tea. This is what we hearing in the streets. Okay, this is just how she got into the business. And I didn't even mention Tupac, because Tupac is like, that's extra. She has her. I don't think she knows that she has her own merit. She may not be like the best actress, but she has her own swag, and she doesn't really have to name drop. She doesn't have to have the Smith name. She was a star before the Smith name. Just to give her some credit, she was a star before the Smith name. Now, how she got there, that's her business, and she won't have to deal with those things. God will forgive us all. He'll forgive her too. The great supreme, no, God. Okay, the higher power, no, God. The upper room God, no, God. Say his name so your blessings can come through. That's where I don't agree. I don't agree with people calling him everything else but what his name is. When you read the word, he said, I am who? What's the word he say? I am God. Now I'm the great supreme. But anyway, she knew Keenan, got to know Keenan or whatever. He put her in the movie. So for some reason, somehow she got that role of in Low Down Dirty Shame. Okay? And then the rest is history. She made her other movies and all of that. And there you go. And so when she got with Will Smith, okay, let's talk about the little thing that happened there. Will Smith was married, but let's talk about his story before he got married. So they say that he saw Jada. Jada was supposed to be his girlfriend, play his girlfriend on The Fresh Prince, but Jada Pinkett was too short. She was way too short to play his girlfriend, so they went on and they got Nia Long instead. Okay? But he wanted Jada. He liked Jada for some reason. He saw her swag. He wanted her. However, that didn't work. Cherie was there. Okay? So instead of meeting Jada Pinkett, he met Cherie. He and Cherie got together. They had Trey. They got married. But they say she was pregnant already when they got married, y'all. Yeah, Will Smith don't waste no time. Just like Jada Pinkett was pregnant already when she walked down the aisle. Okay, yeah, she was big and pregnant. We didn't know back in 97, but we know now. So yeah, Will Smith knocks you up and then marries you. That's just what he does, okay? And so with that being said, him and Cherie did not work out. And during that time, there was some time where Cherie said, you know how you get in a relationship, you're like, you know what, this isn't for me, or I'm angry. A lot of us women, just like in Baby Boy, she said, if that was like, when I say I hate you, that don't mean I hate you. I really love you. When we say we hate our baby daddy or our husband, or we don't like him, we just mad for 5 minutes. But if we seen him with anybody else, it's going to have a problem. You know what I mean? Like Beyonce said in her song, what's that song? I'm going to be rocking chinchilla furs she going to be rocking chinchilla furs if I let you go. Oh yeah, ring the alarm. I've been through this too long, but I'll be darned if I see another chick on your arm. One of those things, right? She mad at the man, but I don't want to see him go. And I think that's what Cherie was talking about. I think she was mad at Will. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, she was mad at Will. She went off about her business or whatever. And then, of course, when she came back, Will Smith had already had another tenderoni in the seat. He had called Jada Pinkett one day because she had come back to Baltimore. She had bought her little home because she made some money. She was making movies, making moves. And he was like, oh, are you dating somebody or whatever? He said, well, you dating me. Something like that. She was like, no. So she went back to L.A. So she said that she tried to get them back together and say, look, you should go with your wife and work it out. Will Smith did not want to work it out with Cherie. He had moved on because he originally wanted to be with Jada Pinkett anyway. You know what I mean? That's one of them things. Does it make it a love story? No, but that's what they said happened. Now, ever since then, she just said yesterday that Cherie, of course, is still in the picture. That's the mother of his son. And they all kind of made it work. She said, oh, no, they're not together. They don't do nothing together. That little get down is done. I don't believe that, but that's what she said. She also said that he has his ex-girlfriend still in the picture because his ex-girlfriend, her husband works for him. That's kind of weird. Looks like Will Smith don't know how to let nothing go. It's like, basically, even if Will and Jada were to miraculously or whatever divorce, Jada Pinkett's always going to be there. Just like Kim Porter was with Diddy. Okay? So, we're going to go towards the next big, huge story that's going on, which is Diddy. Diddy is in trouble. It's funny because I was like, man, Will Smith is being blasted, and I'm like, man, they still, Mr. Brotherly Love or whatever, Brother Love, he still has not been caught. Well, Cassie, okay, his ex-girlfriend, something that, they broke up back when Kim Porter passed away, she now basically released a 300-plus letter to the courts talking about Diddy mistreated her. Okay, and there's an interview that Tasha K had just let loose on her, or basically uploaded on her channel on YouTube, which is free. And I watched that interview of some young lady that he used to date back in the day that he also mistreated. Okay, so I would suggest you guys watch that video as well. Okay, but yeah, Cassie is saying that Diddy mistreated her. Diddy did some things or whatever. So that's not good. I'm not surprised though. I've heard so many things about Diddy. Diddy has a huge temper. His temper goes way back when, you know what I mean? I remember it was a story out saying that he had threatened to hit somebody with a cowbell or with a dumbbell or whatever, or he did it, or he assaulted. I don't know. But Diddy has he has issues with his temper. Okay, and he also did not let go Kim Porter, no matter who he was with. When he was with Cassie, he still had Kim Porter. Kim Porter was still there. And so with that situation, and they're suggesting that Young Miami, he's with Young Miami right now, and they suggested, honey, you in trouble, girl. I don't know. But that's what's going on with that. That's still developing. That literally came on like just a few hours ago. So that's going on and stuff like that. It's just funny how all the celebrities' tea is coming to the light. Miss Jaguar Wright said it years ago about everything. She talked about the Smiths. She talked about those parties. She talked about, Diddy. She talked about his parties. She talked about all the stuff that's surrounded with that. OMG. And so now everything is kind of coming to fruition, if you will. And so Jaguar Wright, was right. And I always believed her. I always believed Jaguar Wright. They kind of tried to hush her up because she been going through some things, but she coming back up now that she calls them honeycombs. Now that Diddy is being blamed or his stuff is coming through. Have you noticed that it seems like, now go with me here. It seems like if you are African American, if you are a guy, okay, and you are a billionaire or darn near it, you can't be clean. It seems like now I'm not saying that these people did not do what people are saying they did. That's not the statement. The statement is, if you're African American, if you are successful financially, they are going to, and by they, the people, the whatever, is going to come to you and try to take your name, take everything away from you. Let's go down the line, shall we? Okay, so Kanye West. As soon as Kanye West said he was a billionaire, boop, something happened, right? Let's go back even further. Bill Cosby. As soon as Bill Cosby said he was going to purchase NBC, boop, that was pulled away from him. Let's talk about it. R. Kelly. Boom. R. Kelly, one of the most successful R&B artists I feel was out there. To this day, nobody can outright him, outsing him, outperform him. R. Kelly is R. Kelly, no matter what, right? Now, he's been tarnished, right? Don't know what happened there because I don't think that he was necessarily the most richest African American, but he was he dominated the R&B field. Nobody else could kind of touch him, and then boop, that was taken away from him. You know what I'm saying? And now, of course, Sean Combs. Not saying that he's the most liked person, but he is very successful financially. Whatever he touches is going to, multiply. But it's just something about him. I mean, his spirit is just a little off. Of course, Will Smith, he's a half a billionaire. He's worth, I think, $400 million. That's a lot of money. Okay. And so it's not too many African American guys out here who are successful and very financially successful who can basically have a clean name. And the only person that I know that still has a clean name, but I don't think he's the most financially successful, but his name will always be pinned as the best actor. And who is that? You guys type him up. Y'all know who I'm talking about because there's not too many other actors out there that are successful but has basically had no problems. Nothing has ever come his way that I know of. He still has a clean name. What's his name? Okay? All right. So, this lesson is this, right? It doesn't matter when you did something. You could have did something 30 years ago. You could have did something 30 days ago. Some people it's not karma. It's just basically, it is what it is. If you do dirt, dirt's going to come back. It doesn't matter how old that deed is. It's going to come knocking at your door when you least expect it. So, if you're listening to this, and I'm looking at my own self saying this, okay, repent. Repent. Ask God to forgive you for whatever you've done. Shoot, ask God to forgive you for whatever your parents did. Ask God to forgive you for whatever, or forgive you for whatever your great-grandparents did, your grandparents, because it goes way back. If you notice, the children of the Smiths, they are not fully there because they're all kind of chemicaled up, and why? Because the sins of the parents are following the children. Whatever I do will affect my children. So when you're doing a certain deed, if you're fornicating, if you're stealing, if you're adultering, if you are lying, if you aren't living your life right, it's not just going to affect you. It's going to affect your children. So just know, like, oh, okay, I'm going to steal this $5 right here. Just know that somebody is going to steal $5 or $10 from your child. Because the thing about it is, it gets worse. And it works the same way with blessings. So if you're a good person and you're doing good things and your actions, now look, we ain't celebrities. Regular folks are not, we're not celebrities. So don't think because what you do will never get out there like a Will Smith or like a Diddy or like a R. Kelly or Bill Cosby or Kanye. Everything they do, of course, they're millionaires, they're billionaires. It's going to be shined upon and talked about amongst millions because that's the price of fame. But fame equals negativity. I want to say another word, but I can't say it. You know what I mean. Fame equals negativity. Because a person like myself who's only going to get to certain people, I'm not famous. I don't want to be famous. Do I want to be financially stable? Yeah. But do I want to be famous? No. It says in the word, it says if you basically get to one person, then your life is not in vain. So when you're teaching what I'm teaching, which is to live your life right, and I get to one person, then I've done what I'm supposed to do. And I had to read the word to get that, because otherwise I would feel some type of way that I don't have a whole bunch of people watching me. But just like at the beginning of this video, somebody say, well, you used to be rude and you used to do this and you used to do that. It doesn't matter that I'm not famous because that one person saw me and apparently I made an impression on them, whether it be positive or negative. I made an impression. It's in her memory. She remembers that, which is awesome because that means she was watching and she learned. She saw a transformation. She saw a change, but she didn't see what happened in the middle and why I changed. So you got to be careful. Don't be walking up to somebody saying, oh yeah, I remember back in the day you used to twerk and you used to do this and you used to do that, and they up on somebody's pulpit talking about God. You wrong for that. You wrong for bringing up somebody's old stuff. See, when God takes things away, he takes them away. He said leave it at his feet and keep it moving. Sin no more. He told Mary Magdalene they wanted to stone. He said, anybody out there who hasn't had any sin, you cast the first stone. Them stones dropped on the ground because nobody was perfect. Mary Magdalene got on her knees and she started washing Jesus' feet with her hair, which is very endearing. And he said basically he forgave her. And he told her to what? Go forth and sin no longer. He's not going to be like, Mary Magdalene, I remember when you was caught adultering up in that room. No, that's not what Jesus does. But the other one does that. Lucifer does that. Beelzebub does that. He will go here and try to remind you and take you back from where God, basically saved you from. And then they do that so you can go back to your old ways. That's not God. That's Beelzebub. That's Lucifer. That is the one below, if you will. Know the difference. That's why you can't mix positive with negative. If you see somebody has changed, you say, thank you, Lord, that person has changed. You can leave it in your mind. You can say, thank you, Lord, for saving that person. But you are not to ever bring up old stuff. So this whole thing with the celebrities, I'm going to say within my faith, I know that the reason why this is being brought up again is because you're what? You're still living in that way. More than likely. It's devilish. It's not good. It's not good that somebody's pulling up old stuff on you. Especially if you are trying to live right or you're living right at this moment. It's kind of like, why are you bringing that up? Okay, I used to drink back in the day. Not me. I'm talking about somebody else who could be telling this story. I used to drink back in the day. I used to do this. I used to fornicate, but I'm a married woman now. God cleaned me up. I was baptized. I live right. I'm in my Bible. I'm not that person no more. And whenever I want to bring that story up, that's up to me. And when you do bring it up, understand that it's to what? Help others. It's not to feel bad. It's not to beat yourself up. It's not to not make yourself feel worthy. Whatever you did in your past, it's in your past. Okay? And when you want to pick it back up, which I don't suggest, but you only pick it up if you want to say, hey, I used to be where you were. And I can say that. You can say, hey, I used to be like I used to be right where you were. But God took me out of it. I ain't got to tell you everything I used to do. Because then that would be what? Glorifying it. I'm not trying to glorify my negative life, what I used to do back in the day. So you don't have to go into detail. All you got to do is say, I understand where you're coming from. I remember I was in the kitchen with my grandmother one day. And we're going to end this soon. And I was talking to her. And I said these 4 words. Been there, done that. I said, been there, done that. My grandmother turned to me and said, look, ladies don't say that. She just said, just like that. She was so nice and kind when she said it. She said, ladies don't say that. So when I hear ladies say, been there, done that, it just doesn't sound right to me because my grandmother said ladies don't say that. Okay? Even if you were a Mary Magdalene back in the day, you don't have to say been there, done that because you were what? Taken out of that. And I'm talking to a certain group of people. Okay? I'm talking to a certain group of people who can feel me, and the ones who can't, it's up to you to come with me. Okay? So stop saying that. So hopefully one person on this video will say, you know what? I say that all the time, but I'm not going to say it because when you say been there, done that, you're glorifying those ways. You're saying, oh yeah, I've been there, done that. Yeah, It's like a badge of honor. It's not a badge of honor to do dishonorable things. That's not a badge of honor. You should be embarrassed. And we're living in a day and time where we're not embarrassed for the choices and the way that we live. Which is why all these things are happening now. Because there is no embarrassment. It's no shame. It should be shame in certain things we do. You should be ashamed for certain rumors that's going around about you. And then you have to check yourself and say, well, why do I have these rumors going around about me? What is it about me that's making people feel this way or make people feel like they can bring that up? That's why I had to correct that lady and say, don't do that. Don't be bringing up no old stuff and calling it a compliment. When you don't know what I had to go through, you don't know what I was going through at the time, you don't know what my mindset was, you don't know if I had just lost something, you don't know if I was healthy, you don't know any of that. So why are you judging me or bringing something up now to take me back to that point? I had to correct her on that. Slightly, lightly, and very politely, I did it though, right? Because at the end of the day, you watching my video. You're not watching her. You watching me and how I react. People will just watch to see how you react to stuff. They'll sit there and they'll throw rocks and see if you duck or take the rock and throw it back at them. Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm a powerful chick. The words that come out of my mouth have life in them. When I want to connect with somebody, it connects. And that could be good or bad. So I had to ask God to help clean me. Okay? Clean me. Guide me down the right path because I'm dangerous if I'm not on that right path. And that's just not me. That's anybody. I had to learn that. So whatever words you say and whatever words that are said over you are serious. Anything that's not true, you need to say, God, that's not true. Cover me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Hello, we having church. Y'all quiet as a mouse in here. But that means we having church. Hit those heart buttons. Say hello. Let me know where you guys are from. When Jenna speaks, people listen. And that's cool too. And I hope this has helped you out. You get what I'm saying? You have to be more assertive. Don't let nobody come to you and mistreat you. And don't let nobody come to you and try to remind you who you used to be. Because who you used to be is a past now. It's a ghost. By the time you feel like you know me, God's whisked me out of that and making me a brand new creature. Next time you see me, I might be somebody brand new. See, they call that bipolar, or they call that mental illness. No, God can change you in one day too, if you let him. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I hope this message gets to somebody. Make sure you are following us on all social media platforms. Your girl done been on here for a while. You get what I'm saying? Anything else I'm supposed to say, Father? Is there anything else? Let me go ahead and swing this real quick. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. We had church. That's what I do. That's my calling. And you have to know your calling. If you are that D word, if you are sad, if you feel angry, that is misplaced energy. You need to learn what you are good at. Or what you. You have to learn what your purpose is in this life. That's what helped me out. That is what helped me out. This is why I'm in my 40s now, and I'm focused. You know, I'm focused. That's one thing Will Smith said. Focus. Now he might be all this other stuff, but the man, if you actually listen to some of the things he say, you can kind of learn from him. That's my gift too. I know how to eat the fish and throw away the bones. Some people don't know how to do that. Some people get caught up in how people look and how they talk and how they react and miss the message. See, that lady just said something to me just to aggravate me and then try to put some sugar on top. No, that ain't that type of sister. Why? Because I got that D word, that discernment that God has granted me with, so I can kind of know where you're coming from. You can't trick me. So you use that power of discernment. But yeah, know your purpose in life. When you wake up in the morning, and your purpose ain't just to go to work, make some money, pay your bills, and feed your children. That's not just your purpose. That's a responsibility, but that's not necessarily just your purpose. A lot of us feel like, I'm just supposed to be working all day. I'm just supposed to be doing this and doing that. That's all I'm supposed to do. No. Your purpose is what you will do for free. That gives you joy. Like at this point, I've been standing up for a while, talking, swinging my hula hoop, and I feel good. I feel like I did my purpose for the day. I feel like I changed somebody's life or helped change somebody's life or helped them see something different. That's my purpose, to use the platform to talk and spread the good news, whatever that good news is that day. So the good news is you have a purpose. Keep using it. Find what it is. If you don't know what your purpose is, ask God, God, what is my purpose? Because once you have a purpose, you have a plan, you have a schedule. Nobody can take you off of it, right? I had a plan for this video. This plan was to talk about Will Smith, talk about Diddy, and then in the midst of that, give a message. That was my plan. It was executed with God's help. I did it. I didn't come on here all willy-nilly. I didn't come on here without a plan. I didn't come on here without the end result in mind. I came on here with a purpose. It was executed. I feel like I was vindicated. I did it. And so that feeling is priceless. It's priceless. And so what is your purpose? Type it out. What's your purpose in the comments? Go ahead. Let me know. Let others know. Because when you write it down, it makes it plain. And it sticks. Right? It's like getting a job. Right? You get a job. One of your questions should be, what is my job? You ever had a job? You get hired, but you don't know what the heck you're there for? What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? And if that's the truth, if that's how you are, or if that's how you feel on the job, then that means the manager or the boss did not do their job. Because you should know your job description before you even get hired. You should know what it is. But I've been on jobs like, what am I supposed to do? You know, which helped me understand that I was never probably meant to work for others. But you got to work for others before you can work for yourself. I don't know who that's for, because everybody is promoting business and ownership and all of that. But you got to work for others before you can work for yourself. Okay? So I had to figure that out, this year. Like, what is my purpose on this platform? What am I supposed to do? I ask my husband all the time, and he's just as confused as I am. So I ask God, what am I supposed to do today? Okay, so you are supposed to do. This is a What's the Tea page. Y'all be supposed to talk about celebrities. You're supposed to talk about wellness. This is what you do, and then you mix me up in there too, because that's the full recipe now. If you watch me over the years, at first I was just doing cooking. Then I was doing hair. Then I was doing wellness. Then I was doing tea, gossip. Now I do all of it at one time. I don't cook no more though. I don't do hair no more. But what I do now is I talk. Oh, and I exercise. Cause this is the thing. When you exercise, right? You get that circulation going. Okay? That circulation got to get to your head and your feet and everywhere in between. If you are sitting down right now, your blood's only going from here to here. It's not getting down. It's not getting up. It's just blocked the whole time. Case in point, to ladies who have endometriosis, fibroids, all this other stuff that's nothing but the you know what. All that, anything that takes your fertility away, gives you pain, that is not of God, that's of the devil. And we're going to cast it out. And anybody who is watching this, I'm going to ask God to heal you right now. Because the thing about it is, you got that power. I ain't got to touch you in physical. You ain't got to be in my room for me to heal whoever is watching this right now, who may be going through pain, who may be going through infertility, who may be going through some darn endometriosis or whatever, PCO, something, all of that. We're going to rebuke that and send that down to the pit of hell, because it's not supposed to be there. But you got to live your life right. There was a woman of blood in the Bible. Don't know her name. But she's the woman who said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, then I will be healed. Jesus, that was on, I think, Passover or Palm Sunday. He was walking. The crowd was saying, Hosanna. Jesus was a rock star. Everybody loved him, right? And even the people who didn't love him, they had to see him. It's one of those things, right? So, anyway, this lady was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to wait in line. I'm going to just go here and reach out and touch him. She said, all I had to do was do that, and now I'm healed. And that's what happened. And Jesus turned around and said, who touched me? That's just how powerful he is, right? He said, who touched me? So yeah, I ain't got to know you. I ain't got to see you. I ain't got to touch you. I got the power in my voice to say you are healed. So the thing about it is, when you exercise, right? Okay, you will notice that, and this is to the people who may have a little bit of heavy issues every month, right? If you exercise, you may have better cycles because you are exercising and you're getting all those extra hormones out of your system. Oh, you're getting all those extra hormones out your system that feed those issues. It's a well-known fact. You can look it up yourself. So get up. Pain is an indication to change. That's it. God said that's it. That's my message. Pain is an indicator or indication that you need to change. Whether that be a physical pain, a mental pain, or a spiritual pain. That's for you to change. So to all the celebrities that their covers are being pulled back on their lives and all their secrets are coming out the closet and all their issues are coming, that's pain. That's anguish. And so they need to change. And if they don't change, they're going to continuously go through pain. All right? That's the message, y'all. Okay? Hopefully you guys subscribe. Hit those heart buttons. Say hello. I always answer my my commenters, and I appreciate all of you guys, your silent watchers, the ones who commented, the ones who watch. I appreciate you all.